How did the chief of staff to the president, Gbajabiamila, stand as Betta Edu'S referee? Atiku is asking. Yeah, I think information came out that it was the president's wife that actually nominated this Betta Edu, okay, from the party where she was made, woman leader under APC, and when they eventually won the election, the next thing they nominated her to become a minister. And that nomination, Gbajabiamila obviously will want to support every initiative from the wife of the president. It's like a mommy to him, okay, political mommy. So, but let's dive into the details to hear exactly what Atiku wants to know from this Gbajabiamila being a referee for Betta Edu. So, according to Vanguard, presidential hopeful Atiku Abubakar has commended President Bola Tinubu for the suspension of Minister Betta Edu, but stressed its insufficiency. In a statement from his special assistant and public communication, Frank Shaibu, Atiku lauded the move while asserting that it failed to address the underlying concerns adequately. Okay, Atiku pointedly criticized Edu's appointment, citing her perceived lack of experience in the development sector. Okay, he raised questions about the decision to bypass Imam Ibrahim, a candidate with substantial expertise. Atiku argued that Tinubu's prioritization of political considerations over competence had led to the current controversy. The former vice president called for a thorough investigation into the financial transactions of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. He contended that Edu should not bear sole responsibility and urged authorities to identify and prosecute others allegedly benefiting from funds intended for poverty alleviation. Nigeria's on a thief palliative. Everybody, almost all of them in power, steal palliative money. So Atiku stressed the imperative for comprehensive reforms within the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry and other interventionist programs. So he condemned what he criticized or characterized as the misuse of funds designated for impoverished Nigerians, denouncing it as demonic and tendenciously wicked. Atiku concluded by urging the government to rectify the alleged exploitation of such programs by those in power, emphasizing the urgency of transparency and accountability in poverty alleviation initiatives. What experience did Betta have in the development sector? How was Imam Ibrahim, with her wealth of experience, overlooked? How did the chief of staff to the president, Gbajabiamila, stand as Betta Edu's referee, okay, during her clearance at the Senate? Okay, so all of those things. So Atiku's own is sentimental as well, and that doesn't hold. So you cannot say Imam because we already have another Hausa woman, Sadia Umar Farouk, who also messed up there. So it's not about competency now because it's about honesty. It's about being honest. It is not a very complex job to do, frankly speaking. Just, have a system in place, have some funds in place, and have a strategy to disburse them, have your record kept tight, and be honest with all the expenditures and the disbursement. Simple. It's not a complex job that you need a professor, a PhD holder, or somebody who has 35 to 40 years experience in civil service. No. It's just honesty that is missing. The absolute dishonesty in their character is what is putting us in this situation. But for where I disagree with Atiku is trying to recommend another woman, Imam Ibrahim, okay, with her wealth of experience. We had the predecessor of Betta Edu is an Hausa woman, Sadia Umar Farouk. What did she get? What did she do? That one, it's even her investigation that is roping or that is making everybody to be very attentive in that ministry now. Otherwise, probably Betta Edu wouldn't have been caught. That is the truth. Sadia Umar Farouk, laundered 37.1 billion naira, and with all the records in place, she's under investigation. So You don't have to recommend another person because that makes it look tribalistic. Okay, you are trying to tell Tinubu now that he was tribalistic by, or maybe he was, how do I put it, regional sentiment. Or rather than putting a northerner, he choose to put a southerner. And look at what the southerner is doing. That is what I can read from Atiku's statement. But look at what the northerner first did, Sadia Umar Farouk. So let's leave that out of it. But the other part is that Tinubu gave a lot of people appointments on sentiment basis anyway, and just because they helped him to do some of the dirty jobs to get into power, and so he was dishing out political appointment as a compensation for their hard work that they did for him. And that is why we are seeing what we are seeing now. So people saw it as an opportunity to make their own money, opportunity to chop. Their time has come. Just like Betta said, I'm the yeah, Betta, and now we're going to see a lot more because, especially with this kind of bloated 2024 budget, we're going to see a lot more, and attention should be paid to whatever they are doing. Okay, now we have some people already commenting on what Atiku is saying. Somebody is saying here, Gbaja should be careful of bringing or standing for any looting minister. Baba Jagamba, Abi Jagaban, keep on touchlighting them. More ministers will follow. Can you imagine? Okay, so this is a fact. Without political sentiment, the recommendation is good and should be appreciated. We are here because that looks tribalistic to us. Okay. Another person saying, what is your headache over that? Okay. Is it a crime to be a referee for another person? Mind mind headache, sir. Can you mind your headache, sir? Can you imagine? Yeah, so when the Senate was and the National Assembly was clearing her, it was Gbajabiamila that stood for her. The same way anybody can stand for anybody anyway. But I think that stemmed from the fact rumors came out that President's wife, Remi Tinubu, actually recommended her. And that is why, so I would not be surprised if Gbajabiamila stood for her as a referee. Were you there? I mean, like, just out of jealousy. Can you imagine what the question I asked Sheikh Osani? Okay. And another is saying experience should be placed above politics in making appointment. Ministers should undergo a short time tutorials on civil service procedures and policies. Again, ministers should be ready to take advice and suggestions from permanent secretaries as they are the key people in the ministry. Experience, there are some ministries, or you just need to get basic orientation and you just do the job. Okay. We know there are procedures, but recommending that permanent secretaries or whatever, permanent secretaries are even the people teaching these political appointees how to commit the crimes, because they have been there, they have all the records, they are the experts in record keeping and the procedures. That is the truth. So they are the people that even show the politicians how to do it, and they get their own kickback out of it. That is it. So the kind of corruption in Nigeria is serious. It's very, very serious. We agree, competency and experience, okay, but without attitude or with ill motive is going to be very dangerous. It's even more dangerous. Okay, somebody without experience but can be coached to become a better person but is honest is better than an expert, somebody with good experience and competency but with very bad character and ill motive. That one will kill the system completely. Alajatiku, it is unnecessary except if you don't have anything to say. Is it the referee that stole the money? Abi, it's not the referee that stole the money now. Who are you bringing Gbajabiamila into it? Atiku Abubakar. Yeah? Somebody say this is part of gang up against Femi Gbajabiamila. It will fail. Okay, oh. He said it will fail, oh. Let it fail, oh. So a lot of people are already making their own comments. Thank you for listening, and let's have your own comment as well.